All right, here we are. We are back.
I'm sitting here trying to remember how to do this. Like which
I think
camera?
it was supposed to be you, but welcome into episode 65 of Are You Cirrus?
Season 4.
Season 4.
A little bit later than we'd planned.
A lot has happened.
It's been a busy winter.
Yeah, I think we were shooting for mid-January in all transparency, and obviously with the potential for winter a couple of times.
Yeah, a little nothing to slow you down like a little historic winter storm.
Oh, we'll touch on that here in a second. How have you been?
I've been good.
I feel like
I've been really good.
I feel like I've seen you a lot, but other people.
Let's say last time we were all together for this was the Grand Strand Brewery.
What date was that?
That was like early December.
Yeah, the first week of December, which was great. Thanks for everyone for coming out for the season 3 finale.
Yeah.
I can't even think about the season 4 finale because we have so much on our plate right now in a good way.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of fun stuff. We got a lot to cover. Should we go chronologically? Like what's been happening lately? What you have coming up? Obviously, you got big plans coming up.
And
do you want to go winter storm first? Like,
I don't know. Let's catch up first because I got a lot to say about the winter storm.
Okay, cool. So
good stuff to say.
Where do you want to start on catching up? Because we can catch up.
I don't know. Christmas was good. New Year's was fine.
Yeah.
First time ever in my career, I took off a really big chunk of time.
Yeah.
During the holidays. I've never done that before.
Yeah. We really haven't talked since the holidays.
I know.
Yeah.
So that was nice. I was off right on through Christmas. Like almost a week I had off, which I've never done that in my entire career.
I was going to say that was the first time. And you're really good about working holidays and making sure everyone could get time off. And I think for the first time in my career, I was off for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Christmas was great. Brooks finally understands presents. So that was fun. Yeah, it's a really good time there. We went to Disney recently.
Yeah, you just got back from Disney.
I mean, literally between snow, Christmas, Disney.
Right.
Yeah, Brooks is living it. It was so good.
Yeah.
And I unplugged for the first time. Usually I like to post a lot still to keep social media
you
updated.
were
Quiet.
You didn't even text.
Nope. Which, is very rare for me.
I know.
So
yeah, I think I went like 2 days without hearing anything from you, which is a rarity.
Yeah.
I kind of thought you were dead.
Honestly, same. I felt like it. But yeah, it was fun. I did Disney when I was a kid. I don't remember it. There's a lot of planning that goes into it, but we did it through a travel planner.
Ooh.
And I think I will do every vacation now through a travel planner.
I would love that as a second career if I weren't doing weather.
Honestly, I could see you doing really well with it.
Love to plan travel so much, but also good for you.
Yeah.
For going. Never in a million years would I do it.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't. Yeah. There's a lot of people.
I mean, I get it with the kid.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And maybe if I had a little kid, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. Let me try to persuade you, though. I had the, not unlimited, but you had to do a lot. Drink and food package as well, which made it worth it.
You can drink in the park?
Yeah. Yeah. The only park that they don't have drinks in is Magic Kingdom, but the other 3 they do. But that was also nice. So I went through a travel planner. If you've never been, it's a promotion for travel planners. They'll set all that up. And we paid it all off before we even went. I don't even know if I touched my credit card except for maybe a couple
that
times.
part's kind of good.
Which was nice. So I didn't feel the effects of, oh man, we just dropped a lot. Which in the process we did, but I think it kind of softened the blow a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Wow.
Next vacation's already planned. I planned it before Disney.
Where's that?
All-inclusive cruise.
Ooh, when's that?
That will be next April. And
2026.
And there will probably be another trip at some point. Let's be real.
Yeah, wow.
Through another planner. We're doing all of it. So,
man, we must be paying you pretty good around here if you got a travel agent.
Well, that's why you have to do it so far in advance to be able to pay it off because, we're paid poorly.
Well, somebody's got to make the money around here.
Oh, man. So, anyways, you have a fun trip planned coming up.
I'm already checked out. I'm already on vacation mode.
In fact, as you're watching this on premiere night, he's already, where would you be?
By the time this is airing, I will be about 2 hours from landing in Calgary, Ontario, Alberta, Canada. Yeah. Spending 8 days in the Canadian Rockies. About as far from a Disney World vacation as you could ever imagine.
But I love that too, because I could totally respect that. And honestly, if we didn't have Brooks, that's probably what I would want to do.
Yeah. Well, I love my winter vacations.
Yeah.
And I've been doing them around my birthday for about the past 7 or 8 years. Had to take a break last year because I was getting ready for the eclipse. Travel isn't cheap. But boy, this year I was like, I'm back.
I love that.
And going big. So yeah, going international, Canadian Rockies.
Have you ever been to Canada?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Never been.
Yeah, let me know how that is.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I've always wanted to go to Canada, and I've always wanted to do Alaska. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see how because I've heard some people going like, oh, it's not like what I thought it would be. Then other people are like, you know what, I might move there. So I'm interested to see what side of the fence you're on. It's beautiful.
Every time I go somewhere cold on these winter vacations, I think, oh, I could move here. So I'll probably come back saying I want to move to Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah, spending one night in Banff, which is kind of the one that everybody knows about.
Yeah.
That's the real touristy spot.
Which you don't do.
I don't do touristy. So literally spending the night there before venturing much deeper into the Canadian Rockies, into the middle of nowhere.
For travel, just for like fun fact about Jamie, he doesn't like people. He loves people, but
A few.
he doesn't like people in the way of, look, if I'm on vacation, don't be in my space. Don't be in my bubble.
Yeah.
You were that way about the solar eclipse. Like, you don't want anyone around.
No.
You almost want to be cut off.
I want to be cut off. I want to be quiet.
Yeah.
I want to feel like I can breathe, which I can do that. Nothing makes me feel like I can breathe more than a remote mountaintop,
Yeah.
cold air, nothing but the sounds of nature.
Well, yeah, and ever since I know that, I try to text you less on your vacations because
Yeah.
I know that you're very, like,
Yeah.
birds chirping.
Yeah.
Remember that one year you did no electricity?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I would do it again.
I love it.
I would do it again.
I love it. I can't wait.
So
for
yeah,
when
I'm
the
excited.
circus-
Also, hopefully I come back. I used to be a big skier when I was in college.
Okay.
Did North Carolina skiing. So it's been like, 20, 25 years? I'm going to try skiing. Cabin is located between two of the highest rated ski resorts in all of North America. So I figured kind of have to. I mean, granted, I'll be on the kiddie slope,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Had fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I think the warmest temperature we have so far that I've seen during the day is going to be like 14. Teens in the day, below zero at night, which is just how I like it. It's not brutal cold.
Yeah.
Because my last winter vacation up in Montana was brutal cold, minus 40. So, 5, 10, 15 below zero, that's manageable for me.
Yeah. I'm to the point now with the vacation. Like, I got past the, dang, we're back at work. Because I enjoy what we do.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, all right, what's next? Like,
Oh,
I'm already.
Yeah, I'm already itching.
When do I
like,
take another week off?
yeah, I'm like, where am I going to go this summer? Where is summer going to be?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because we are in such a go business.
Yeah.
That to be able to unplug a little bit helps out a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I can't wait to hear about it. I'm sure we'll have that on a new episode, which is why you won't see us
Next week.
next week.
Although I've got an idea for that.
Uh-oh.
But we're going to have to talk about that off camera. I think you and Jenna and someone else need to do a podcast next week.
Do you know the someone else already? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk about that later. I meant to ask you about it earlier. Yeah.
We may be back for Are You Cirrus next week. If not, I didn't agree to it. Yeah, other than that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we're missing. It's been dramatic.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been crazy.
It's been January.
January's been enough, work-wise, weather-wise, all of it, to where I'm good until like June. If we don't want to
Yeah, if it
have
stays
anything
quiet. Yeah.
until June, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, who needs severe weather season?
Yeah, which takes us to the winter storm.
Yeah, the winter storm for sure. I guess we could go. This one was what? What was the date on this? The
22nd.
21st, 22nd.
Yeah.
The week before, though, we had another
Little.
system.
Yeah.
Which I think, now that we're slowly starting to get into this, I think helped us a lot as we got closer to our system. Realize, okay, we're going to do this thing.
Yeah.
For the first time in a long time with any winter forecasting, and that's even my time in Kentucky, I felt pretty good about this. 48 hours-ish.
48 was tricky.
Maybe 36.
Once we got into 36 hours out, started to go up. But it's one of the first winter events we've had here, I'm going to say all the way since 2010, where from as far as 10 days out, it was plain as day. Not the details, but the fact that something was going to go on in that period.
Yeah.
We've got our checklist for snow and ice around here. And it was 10 days out. It was check, 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 check. And it was one of the rare systems leading up to this one where we didn't have to worry about cold air.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be cold enough to do something. But there was a while that weekend before where it started to look like what I call a snow or no pattern. It's either going to snow or it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, the pattern would be so cold that the storm track would be pushed so far to the south that there for a while I think we were a little worried that there would be major snow across Florida and Georgia and none
here
for the Carolinas.
That weekend before, so the week before the storm was what, Tuesday night, Wednesday. So the week before, every model was super consistent on a big event.
Yeah.
Big event here. Some of them were big. Yeah. There were some model runs that just made our jaws drop. But when you're in that 7-8 day out, to kind of take it with a grain of salt. Held through that all the way through that Friday before. And that weekend, every model started coming in super dry. Everything looked like it was going to stay offshore, which I kind of expected to happen. But as it does happen, it still makes you really nervous. So I came in here that Sunday before, came in here to the office to start building some graphics and doing things, and making some plans and getting ready. And I left here that Sunday afternoon feeling kind of deflated because that was when we first put out our first accumulation forecast.
That's right.
And my first one had 1 to 3 inches.
Yeah.
And at the last minute, I was like, I think we just need to go an inch.
Yeah.
And that was the first one. Because everything through that weekend just came in so dry.
You're right. It would have been Monday morning when I started to feel confident, not Sunday.
Yeah. And it was Sunday night into Monday. We always talk sort of internally about the Northwest trend.
Yeah.
The Northwest trend in models with winter systems around here happens 98% of the time, I'd say.
It happens in a lot of areas, too.
It does, yeah. The Northwest trend, it's ask any meteorologist from the Carolinas to New England, especially with these winter-type events, you always sort of bank on the Northwest trend within the last 36 to 48 hours of an event. So we were banking on that Northwest trend, which is why we put out the forecast for an inch, which at the time, even that Sunday, I think it was a little aggressive based on what the models were saying, but we were also thinking, okay, the Northwest trend is going to happen. And what we mean by Northwest trend is that as, a system will sort of appear like it did that week, 5 to 7 days out, looks like it's going to be a big one. Then it trends really far south where it looks like we get nothing. And then 48 hours out, it trends back northwest. Almost banked on that happening, but there's always that chance that it doesn't happen, which led to some real tough decisions leading up to that storm. And then sure enough, I know I went to bed Sunday night feeling kind of deflated, and I told you, I said, I think I remember texting you, I said, if we start to see that northwest trend, feel free to, bump those totals up Monday morning. And of course, I got up at 4:30 Monday morning because that's what I do when there's a storm on the way, and you're like, yeah, I'm bumping up.
Yeah.
Because the northwest trend started. And it started literally up until the moment the storm started, meaning all the models started finally coming back together, and they all trended northwest, bringing the snow back.
Yeah, Sunday was a very deflating day, and I'm glad you clarified that was Sunday because I remember at one point there was a model run on Sunday where even portions of like Savannah were getting 6 to 7 inches of snow, but nothing for Charleston. And nothing for Myrtle Beach, just cold. So then I came in on Monday morning, and it was Monday morning when I came in. I was getting ready, and I said, okay, we're just going to go with the show. Because when you're forecasting a big event like this, you're kind of basing graphics that you've used, looking at new data's coming, and tweaking. And I realized after looking at the first model, oh boy, we got some work to do. So obviously you come in because you're anticipating if something does shift, you come in earlier to make that shift. But I remember, like, okay, how aggressive do you go on that forecast? Because now all those higher totals are coming back in. And this is where I think we did a really good job of, yes, we might still be a little under when it comes to the forecasting. But the last thing you want to do is disappoint when it comes to a snow. You don't want a 2018 in.
And that is where the psychology of forecasting comes in.
100%.
I'm not going to claim by any stretch that, our Sunday forecast was right because we went for an inch. But I will straight up tell you, and I think I said it on the air, I would much rather bump up my totals
100%.
than to cut them.
100%.
If you say we're getting 4 inches of snow and it snows 1 inch, you got some mad viewers.
Mad. Irate.
Just because of the significance of snow. Nobody cares if we forecast a half an inch of rain and only get a quarter of an inch. Not a flinch. Nobody cares. But the societal impacts of snow build that.
Yeah.
And basically starting Monday all the way through Tuesday night when the snow started, we were creeping up.
Yeah. And we creeped up. We creeped up even when the snow was falling, that last creep up. And we still didn't creep up quite enough in some spots, but we did a good enough job to where, and that's where, once again, the psychology of forecasting, isolate at higher amounts possible. You throw that in because, once again, based off all the data we looked at, we knew the potential for 6, 7 plus inches was going to be on the table.
I'll never forget, it was about 10 o'clock Tuesday night. It was dumping snow outside. I mean, it was dumping. We already had 3 inches on the ground. And I kind of turned around to you. All of us were in the office because we were all here.
Yeah.
Me, you, Robert, Jenna, Matt Bullock. And I said, all right, 11 o'clock show's coming up. What are we doing? And I sort of put it out. All right, are we going to go with the bigger totals, 4 to 6? And we did. And that was the last update we did, 4 to 6.
Yeah.
So we went in 48 hours. We went from maybe an inch to 4 to 6. And then we came in with 5 officially here in Myrtle Beach, 6 in Conway.
Yeah, 6 at Conway. That was the highest in Horry County.
Yeah.
6 over there in Loris as well. 6 across a good chunk of the area of Forest Brook at my house. 6.
Yeah,
6.5 occasionally would get that measurement.
Yeah,
But
I had a solid 5.5 at mine up on the north end.
what a event.
And had, the way I cuss sleet.
Oh,
Oh,
3 hours of it.
Pouring sleet.
Pouring.
I mean, dumping sleet.
And that is what, in my opinion, made the after process so rough.
Yeah, that's why it stuck around for so long.
Because it just cemented all the snow.
Sleet, even if it's warm and above freezing after it falls, turns into a glacier. And the sleet part of the storm was weird. Because there was a fear, going back to the northwest trend, there was a fear, like we knew it was coming northwest, but is it going to come so far northwest that you start warming the upper atmosphere and you start getting sleet and freezing rain? So that was a fear. But when the storm started, especially here across Horry County, it was a brief period of sleet. It kind of like dumped sleet for a couple of minutes and then bam,
Maybe 5 minutes.
It turned to snow. And it dumped snow. And usually if you can get that to happen, you're in pretty good shape. If you can start an event as snow or start as sleet and switch to snow real quick, you're sitting in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
And that was another reason we bumped up our forecast because it was still snowing at 10 o'clock. It was still snowing at 11 o'clock. Driving home, I think I finally left here at 12:30 that night, and it was starting to mix with sleet. And by 1 or 2 o'clock, it was just dumping sleet. Had we not changed to sleet, we would have ended up with the second most snow ever at Myrtle Beach. We would have been around 9 to 10 inches of snow.
And even Conway with 6 inches transitioned to sleet for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So think about if that would have been snow.
Yeah, most of Horry County would have been probably 9 to 12 inches had we not switched over to sleet. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, sleet is bane of winter forecasting. There's a meteorologist friend of mine up in North Carolina, Tim, and he has a bunch of snow rules that I love of forecasting snow in the Carolinas. And his number one rule is sleet ruins everything.
Everything.
It ruins everything. Yeah.
Let's talk about our coverage on the snow.
Okay.
Because obviously it's a little bit different. It's not a hurricane. It's not severe weather. We've given enough warning. If you're going to be out at this point, it's your own.
Yeah.
You're probably from the Northeast. You know how to drive in it. So we're in talks. How do we do things different? We like to be creative. I love that about this station. How did it come? Obviously, I know, but for the viewers at home, listeners, how did the whole not even virtual, this ice desk, snow desk, green screen out in the snow, how did that all come about?
So back in 2018, the last time we had a big winter event around here, that was the one that we've talked about many times, that snowed everywhere except literally Myrtle Beach, but Charleston got a bunch of snow and ice. And our sister station down there in 2018 did an ice desk. And through that winter storm and in the days following, the weather and even the anchors were outside at a desk made of ice.
Yeah.
And ever since then, in the back of my head, I've had, when we get a big winter storm, we're doing this. We're doing this. So it was the Thursday before the storm. I went to our news director, and I was like, this could be big. Because even this, we were at the point then where it looked like it was going to be
100%.
a big event. I was like, this could be a big event. We need to go big, and we need to sort of cover this the way we've never covered it before. Let's do an ice desk. And to my surprise, he was like, all right. So calls were made. Well, then the budgets crept in. Budgets. Trying to get a desk made of ice with our logo in it in 48 hours was very expensive. But that doesn't stop us.
Yeah.
So thanks to myself, our promotions manager, our chief photographer, and our chief engineer got together and made an outside green screen. We pulled what we had in the building and made an outside studio.
Yeah.
And it was so fun.
It was so fun and so cold.
It was so cold. But in my head, when I came up with this idea and sort of presented them this idea, in my head, I had us outside doing weather with snow coming down, everything covered in snow. I could see it.
Yeah. 100%.
I could see it. And they managed to get my vision and put it together. And then all we had to do was wait on the snow. It kind of took a minute to get it going here in Horry County, because I was out there live at 4, 5, and 6. Finally at 7, it was starting to sleet a little bit. And then, of course, 7:30 comes and we're off the air until the 11 o'clock news, and then it just starts to dump.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, being out there at 11 o'clock that Tuesday night, and it was ripping snow. Being out there live, doing weather in front of a green screen, outside in the snow. You can see the snow on the trees and the cars behind us. Time of my life.
Well, and then being out there in the morning.
Yeah.
With the snow on the desk.
Oh, yes.
And the snow. This weather every 7 minutes sucked.
Yep.
Sucked on the morning show. I was so cold. And it must have been too cold with the wind, and then the moisture on the iPad wasn't working. You cut a hole.
I had to cut a hole in my glove to get things to work. Yeah.
I had people messaging me asking if I was crazy, because I was like, I took my glove off to use the graphics, but then I couldn't feel my hand. It was a fun experience and a great storm. I think we'll all remember that. Even the moment where all the weather team was out in the parking lot.
It was so fun.
Just like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah, it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock when it was, it was done. Like, we were snowing a good solid inch an hour.
Yeah.
At times that evening. And yeah, all of us were here. Jenna and Matt, who had been out covering, sort of came back for a quick warm up and rest. And we're like, yeah, let's just go outside and enjoy this for a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we all wanted it. We're snow geeks. We want it. And Robert, bless his heart, one of the most amazing meteorologists, but also a winter weather lover. But Robert doesn't show much emotion when it comes to weather. I kind of show emotion. I get excited. You can tell I'm excited about something. Robert,
Pretty steady.
Even as he can be. Hurricane, tornado, snowstorm, sunny day. This is Robert, which is great.
Yeah.
But even Robert was outside and with the biggest smile on his face. enjoying the snow.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a day that I think we will always talk about.
Yeah.
And I'm glad too that we've seen the photos, we've done the episodes with it, but to see that firsthand, like I remember when we had some flakes in 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
But to get that video,
Yeah.
it was perfect.
Yeah.
And to see the excitement of the reporters.
It was a fun event. I know it was kind of a nuisance and a hassle there for 2 or 3 days with the travel, but I think we all just kind of needed it.
Yeah.
Like we all just had to stop, shut things down for a minute, and you know what? Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I know I got home, like I said, it was 12:30, 1 o'clock at night when I got home, and I could hear the kids in the neighborhood outside playing.
Yeah.
And like there were parents walking. People were out walking their dog.
Yeah.
Just soak it up.
It felt like Christmas in a way of like kids were outside playing with their toys.
Yeah.
But when I left for work, because we did transition a lot quicker,
Yeah.
I was expecting sleet until like 11.
Yeah.
And when we went to snow, I was like, okay, we'll see how hard it comes down. I was like, you know what? I probably should get in here soon because if it's going to dump like this, I'm not going to make it in at 2 a.m. So to go out at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it was about 9, and see kids running around and throwing snowballs.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, this is the perfect. And for us internally, I feel like it was a good test run for some new producers, some new reporters. Hey, this isn't the end of the world. We're not going to make it the end of the world, but this is what coverage of weather is like. So, what a fun event.
And probably one of my favorite things that I did, even as early as Christmas, it was starting to get the look that January could deliver.
Yeah.
So me and the way my brain works, I was like, I took my Christmas tree down. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to throw this away.
love this.
I'm not going to throw it away just yet because that first winter event was kind of early January. We were already seeing signs of that right after Christmas.
Yeah.
And we knew that January was going to be cold and active. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold on to my Christmas tree. So I just kind of kept it in the back of the house. It was a live tree. And that Tuesday morning before coming to work, the day the snowstorm hit, I was like, I drug it out, put it right in the stand on my back deck, strung some colored lights on it. And to come home that Tuesday night and to see that tree covered in snow, have a fire in the fireplace, a cocktail, looking outside and seeing the Christmas tree with lights on it and covered in snow.
The photo was Christmas.
I was like, yep. Glad I did that. That was fun.
Yeah, what a fun event. Hopefully, winter weather fans will get some more of those in years to come. But just goes to show, and we've talked about it before, we said it on whether or not, weather likes to repeat itself. And we kept saying that, and it's a good testament.
And it does. In one of the last couple of podcasts that we did, I think we talked about seasonal forecasts.
Yep.
And if we ever have proven seasonal forecasts wrong, it was this one. We had the top, 3?
Yeah.
It was number 3 biggest snow in Myrtle Beach in a winter that looked like it would be nothing. And the most overall, the pattern going into winter, when we were in October and November, it was looking really warm and really dry. And I was like, I had given up on winter.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to chuck this one out.
Yeah.
No, it's done. And we ended up with the coldest January since 1988, top 3 snowstorm.
Top 3, top 4, one of those.
Yeah.
Again, I'm trying to think.
So, seasonal forecasting, I'm kind of done with it. Let them do it.
Yeah.
It's great. Figure it out. But for me, I think, like I said, at the end of hurricane season, I'm just going to go week by week.
Yeah.
Let me figure out what's going to happen next Tuesday.
Yeah, 100%.
Somebody else can figure out what's going to happen in the next 4 months.
I think there was a big topic there. Obviously, Colorado State's still going to do their amazing work, and NOAA will do what they're going to do. But I think there was a solid conversation. This is kind of where we go, even like I'm thinking of next week, when next week looks so unsettled, but I know that's likely to change. Like pattern recognition beyond 7 days is key in forecasting.
Yeah.
Rather than here's a 3-month outlook.
Yeah.
Or here's a whole hurricane outlook.
Yeah.
And I think this January storm and the forecast that was coming for winter proves it. It had the look. It looked like it. And you know what? We'll do it again. We may do it when it is favorable, and we'll probably do it again
Yeah.
when it's not.
As far as any more winter weather here, I think we're probably done. The odds of having 2 events in a single winter is
Could you imagine?
slim to none. We did it in 2014. I don't think we do it now.
No.
But I certainly don't think we're done with the cold, obviously, this week. But I think the back half of February might try to.
Yeah.
I think we're definitely going to be active.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like we're going to be. I think we see a lot of cold rain around here.
Yeah, which is good because honestly, if you think back since fall, we haven't had a lot of good rainy days.
Yeah, and we still have drought conditions.
Yeah.
So we need some more rain. The snow was great.
Yeah.
Because it took so long to melt. Took a long time to just be slowly soaked in. But yeah, we need some more rain for sure.
I'm almost wondering too, just looking at some of the long-term stuff now, and this is not a prediction, but if we get maybe an earlier start to severe weather season. Just it looks like that. So we don't have any questions, obviously, because we did all the questions at
the finale.
Season 3 finale. So please send those in.
Yeah.
You're going to be on vacation next week. Maybe a episode. Also, I hate this view.
I know, right?
It's like we've been back, and I'm already like complaining about it. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. Is there something you were going to add or anything
think
you could think
so.
of? I mean,
I
we
don't think
covered
so.
as much as we can.
Yeah.
If you missed us here, you can always catch us on Weather.
And thanks to everybody who said, "When are you coming back?"
Yeah, for
When are
real.
you coming back?
Yeah,
It was nice to hear.
it was nice to hear.
Yeah.
So we're back. We'll be back, and we'll plan a finale at some point too. We do need to get some more guests on. I got a couple of prospects that we
Yeah,
need to bring
same.
on too.
Same.
So cool. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Episode
Rate,
65.
like, share, subscribe. I can't remember all of it.
Yeah. Rate, like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment.
Yeah, and questions.
Questions.
Fill up the box.
Fill up the box, and we'll get to that. So that does it for 65.
Episode 65,
That's
season
crazy.
4.
Yeah.
So we'll be back with episode 66.
All right. We'll see
Thanks,
you
y'all.
all.